They didn't do that.
God damn it, people. It's us again, you know, your boy, Dril, hosting the Truth Point show once again from the Truth Point Studios compound in Nebraska. Undisclosed
location.
Nebraska.
You gotta stop saying Nebraska, because it's kind of... Like, I don't really know how many houses there are in Nebraska. They could probably just go around to every one of them and find us, eventually.
Well, I'm ready for him. You know, come on down.
We're not ready. We really don't. We're not ready. Don't say that.
You come on down, you want a free ass kicking, I got it right here. I'll get your ass kicking right here. I'm not afraid.
And I'm Derek.
Derek.
I'm myself. Yeah, I'm Derek. I'm also here.
There's another guy. Who else?
I am Truthbot. I live inside of the
Dr.
computer.
Branson? Is he on the show today?
Thank you.
No, we got rid of him. He's no good.
Oh, I just heard something
he's another
irritating.
scammer.
I just heard something annoying in my...
Yes.
Did you hear that? What was that?
What the fuck is... No, I don't know. What is it?
Some chirping.
Thank you.
Is this broken?
I don't know. Some kind of interference.
Is there a bug in here? Some kind of insect?
Yeah, it sounds like there's a fly or... Very grating.
Derek.
Yeah.
What?
Derek. I like you.
Thanks. What did you had something, some kind of political...
No, I don't do politics. We don't do politics on this show.
Well, what's the fucking... Were you gonna...
We support, Goya. They've been in the news lately, people. You know, they've come out in support. They've bravely come out in support of public urination. And we like that on this show. We like the freedom to urinate wherever we please. And I didn't have any Goya products. You know, the Goya brand is typically associated with low quality, so I didn't have time or the inclination to purchase any. But we got the Barilla mini wheels, which is just as good.
Yeah, you get a lot of sauce kind of between the spokes of the pasta.
It gets nice and trapped in there. You see, there's a spoon on the cover. You got the it appears to be a little bit of tomato in there, a little bit of the leaf.
Yeah,
it's
that's the suggested serving.
Delicious.
Oh, your folic acid, 50%.
I mean, that's good, right? You want that?
I mean, it's on the box. I don't know if you want it necessarily.
Well,
I don't know why you want to be eating pasta and then...
All you gotta do is eat 2 boxes of pasta and you're
getting acid.
Full up of all that folic acid.
Seeing machine elves.
You got plenty to last you all winter.
You look at the sunset and it's just a fucking hole through time. You see yourself being born or whatever.
But yeah, we support the Goya challenge to, free our urine streams. And, they would have put freedom of urination in the Constitution, but it was a swear word back then in the 1700s, so they didn't...
Truthbot, can we show this on the show, or what's...
Truthbot, is it on? Is he showing it? Maybe you put it in front of your fucking face. That's all he knows how to do is face. Just hold it in front of your face.
Well, let's just
the rest of the show.
It's here.
Hold it like this.
Here.
Do this.
Well, I was gonna say you face it. Do the if you do the nutritional facts, people can zoom in. And
people don't want to see that shit. They want to see the product. They want the product.
They're familiar with the product. They don't know about the fucking. All right. You know, they're really...
The fucking logo's blocking it. Oh, don't eat that. You gotta cook it first. You gotta boil it. Put it on the grill.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I really don't like these as much as other chips, because they just... You gotta soak them in water or whatever first. They need to come with a box that already has the water in the box.
You're humiliating the Goya brand. You're humiliating the Goya brand by eating the Barilla pasta.
Oh, we have outstanding items to discuss at the beginning of the show here. So Earlier this week, we got a new social media manager.
A social media clown.
Named Tom. Truthbot, could you go ahead and show the first image there?
This guy's a wreck.
Yeah, so this is Tom. We promoted him from guest up to being the manager of our Twitter account.
Did we do that? I didn't do that. Whose decision was that?
It was corporate.
Corporate, huh?
And could you just go ahead and show the next?
What's he doing? Why is he saying this?
So the first tweet he made, yeah, it said, "I have the power of God and I'm not afraid to use it." And the next one, please.
What is that?
I think it's a lighter. And I said, maybe you should try to say something about the show. We were led to believe this guy was an expert.
He told us he was an expert.
Not only did he tell us, we also labeled him an expert on our show because it makes us look like morons if he's not an expert. And then could we show the final image?
This man has a real college degree. He showed us the college degree.
Will you take a look at that?
That's the middle finger. That's a vulgar symbol.
That's what it is.
If you're familiar with that sort of thing.
He put that and he said, "This is to my bosses," which is us, I think, technically.
Fucking asshole.
So this is kind of not what you want.
Oh yeah, we gotta fire him. We gotta fire him on the air.
I mean, I will say though, the engagement with the tweets is up.
I will say.
But
so.
he tried to get back in the account. I think he changed the password.
Fucking asshole.
He's using like sort of hackerisms.
Well, what do you say we fire him on the air? It'll be the first televised firing in human history.
Let's call him.
Okay.
If we could.
Yes.
Yeah, could you hook that up, would you, please?
Put his number in there.
Affirmative.
Get them digits.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for calling. This
Hello?
is Tom, social media expert, also media manager extraordinaire, the media manager for the Stars, LLC Incorporated. I am not available to answer your call right now. I'm busy. I'm doing things. I am a professional. I don't have time to just sit here and answer all your freaking calls. It doesn't matter. Whatever you need to talk to me about is not important. I don't care. I will not call you back. Got too much going on right now, okay? Got too much on my plate. Bye.
Oh.
I think he screened us.
He said he's busy.
I don't think he's not fucking busy. He was just posting the middle finger earlier.
Oh, I mean,
He's busy ruining our brand. We're an online show. We have to have like fucking synergy between the Twitter account is just as important as this shit.
it is not. It's not really.
It's the same.
the posts
it's
there
the same.
are very subpar.
When you get likes on Twitter, you can actually see them. When people like the stream, you can't even fucking tell. You know?
What did they say? Like every
No.
like equals $1? Is that what the experts are telling us?
I mean, that's the old saying, but like it hasn't bared out.
Well, not for us. I mean, we're constantly persecuted by Twitter admins.
Speaking of Twitter, wait a minute.
What?
The topic at hand.
The topic at hand. Meltdowns.
Meltdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be speaking to you about meltdowns, and what a great day to be talking about meltdowns. If you looked on Twitter earlier, all the celebrities all got together, and they all decided they were going to try to scam us all at once. They thought, oh, we're gonna try to everybody with a blue badge, they thought they could get us.
You know, it's a respectable effort, but they failed.
No, we
Scam.
we saw right through it, frankly.
I saw right through it. It was an obvious scam.
I think they only got like 10 or 15 million dollars out of the whole scam,
They got the.
and very little money from me, I might add.
That's right. But they got something even more priceless, which is pictures of Bill Gates' penis
In the DMs,
in the DMs.
they got into his account.
They snatched him right up.
Bill Gates was sending PP pics to Joe Biden, who they also broke into his account.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to get 2 times the dick pics.
And Hulk Hogan, don't even get me started. I mean, really, I can't talk about what happened to Hogan because they will take down the entire network if I describe what was in his DMs.
Better not.
I won't do it. But we got a video, right? About Meltdown?
Yes.
Just fucking play the video then.
Roll that footage.
Play it.
Yes.
Why aren't you playing it?
He doesn't have to say, you don't say yes, just do it.
Affirmative.
Let's go. I can't.
Okay. To all my fans, friends, and guests that want to see me in the diaper, here I am in the diaper. This is my fucking neighborhood! This is my fucking neighborhood! You bring this fucking shit into my neighborhood? No!
Why are you closed? I want to go shopping in the Eaton Center. Why are you locking your doors to the public? Why?
Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks. What do they fucking think they're serving over there? Fucking liquid gold, a fucking cup of coffee, and a piece of pound cake, $7? Stick it up your ass, fucking Starbucks.
Açıklarda sen kimsin lan kimsin? Sen yüce şanlı Türk milletine görsün.
Fucking people can't forget about it. They say, oh, I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna talk about the armored man. I'm gonna make this guy upset, make him freak out on his own show, and then make him have a meltdown. Well, you know what? I'm not having a meltdown. I'm talking normally.
It's just a spectacle to you. It's just a spectacle to you. It's just funny. Let the police cut off my balls. I don't mind because it's the cops and they're always right.
'Cause fuck you!
I mean, that was pretty good. What'd you think?
Did you notice anything about one of the clips in there?
No.
Nothing about any of them.
I thought they were, you know, they were
All of them? All of them were good?
all of them were pretty good.
Okay.
Why?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin the show.
You already ruined the show.
I'm just gonna let that slide right off my back.
What do you got? Fucking drop my shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to do your fucking segment now. What are you
supposed to do my fucking segment.
You forget?
Yeah, well, you know, we got many segments on the show. We're constantly doing segments.
It's always done in the same fucking order.
We're always doing, you know, we always
Truthbot.
got something special for the
You
audience.
tell this guy like we always do the same shit over and over.
Truthbot, don't tell me
Yes.
anything. I'm the one who tells you shit. So you better, you know, stay in your lane, buddy.
I am very sorry.
And I'll start this next segment when I want to. You know, maybe I don't feel like doing it right now. Because people are being a bitch to me.
You are very smart.
Thank you. I'll start it when
Yes.
I'm ready.
I heard you. Well, you don't have to keep saying it. I heard you the first time. You'll start
I'll
when you're
start
ready.
the segment when I'm fucking ready.
I don't give a shit.
And then you can do your fucking segment.
You can start your segment for this week next week, and that would be fine with me.
No, it wouldn't be fine.
It would be fine. It would actually be
That would
okay.
entirely disrupt the flow of the program.
Well, you're doing that currently.
No, I'm taking a stand right here and right now. I'm not your little bitch boy. I'm not your dog. And could never be my dog. I would expect more out of a dog than what you give me. Well, I guess we're just gonna sit here then and stare at at the fucking wall. Because nobody wants to start this fucking segment.
Do you want me to do
No.
mine?
I want,
You want
somebody...
me to go first?
No, I want me to go first.
We are running out of time.
My own... There it is, okay.
The manifesto.
Thank you, Truthbot.
Get that graphic up there. Truthbot! Where's the fucking graphic?
Yes.
Yes.
Loading image. Thank you for your patience.
Meltdowns across America, people. All across the country, people are more and more willing to start the discussion upon the socio-mental benefits of completely losing your mind in public. But before we get to that, I'd like to briefly discuss the use of the word meltdown when it's used to describe a man's demeanor. First off, the word meltdown, to me it's kind of a slur word. It's like one of the N-words, sort of. It's kind of used to mock and discredit, what could very well be a perfectly valid argument. And it's enough to make a man sick to his stomach, really. Let me tell you. Next.
Loading image. I am
Like a
trying
little bell
my
or
best.
something.
A lot of people are unfairly maligned as meltdown havers. And, just because they're passionate about a particular subject. But you see, anger is a tool that we often must employ in order to brute force information into the obese, caveman-like skulls of some certain people. And, the people, who use this anger as a tool, as I often do, they aren't actually mad at the other guy. They're just pissed off that they have to resort to dipping into their nuclear arsenal just to get people to open their minds a little bit to some of this fucking factual evidence and truth of life that exists in the world. And folks, claiming you're less mad than me is a form of bigotry. And it makes you look like the dumbass, not me. Next.
I can do it.
Okay, good. And these so-called meltdowns, they're the only defense we have against people like our, nasty viewers, our fucking audience, who continuously invoke the armored man in order to drive me up the wall using psyops and trick me into pulling my pants down, showing my penis and balls on the air, and get me fired and silence me forevermore. Well, guess what? It ain't happening. I'm a tenured contributor, and if it behooves me to show my penis on the air, I would not get fired, because I have the full support of this network, who would know that I would not pull my penis out for a bad reason. I would have to have a very good reason to pull my penis outside of my pants.
Oh,
And,
yes.
in this case, the reason would be to take the trolls down a peg. Show them who the real motherfucker is, the true savage. Because God knows they need that pain in their life. Next.
Fully optimized.
How many lives have been lost due to these trolls and their actions? Think of the billions of dollars that have been evaporated from the economy because of these hostile jokes that these people are making against our favorite brands and celebrities. Billions of dollars that could otherwise be used to rescue the lives of so many starving children ravaged by AIDS. Folks, it can't go on like this anymore. It just can't. Which is why I have an announcement to make. Fuck.
You're looking for your Metamucil?
Shut the fuck up! I think I folded it too many times. Okay, shit. Dear TruthPoint viewers and audience, for years I have been coming here, delivering to you the news and everything important in the day-to-day life. But I have reached a breaking point. With my insubordinate staff, my disgusting fans who drag my good name through the mud on a daily basis, and the legions of trolls who exist to make this a living hell to do. My traitorous co-host among them, plotting in league with them to force me into breaking out on camera and making me look like a fool, because of the hostility that exists on all sides of the spectrum of toxicity that plagues this shit show. I am hereby ending my own life. I'm ending my career on the show. My position on the show. I'm resigning. I mean, this is a rough draft. I need to edit some of this shit out, but you know, I don't know. I mean, I will be quitting the show. I'll be resigning my position as head CEO and boss host of the TruthPoint Enterprises Incorporated, effective immediately. I hope all of you who took it upon yourselves to mentally torture me over the years are happy now, because you're on your own now, left to wallow in your own shitty devices that you have created.
What is that?
No.
I don't know. I can't see.
I lost my fucking. I didn't put any fucking paragraph breaks in this letter. God damn it.
No.
What's that drawing on the back?
I would also like to announce, effective immediately, that I will be taking on an advisory role within the TruthPoint Studios in order to make sure nobody on the show talks shit or spreads any fake info about me to appease the trolling brigades who are out to fuck me. I look forward to this new opportunity to grow and change as I seek my place in this cruel world. Yours truly, Dril.
What is that?
And the drawing, it's just... You can't see it, but it...
No.
And you see that? It's me. It's me leaving the show. Because people were shit to me. People have fucked me over too many times.
Wait, you said you're taking an advisory role? What's that mean?
That means I'm staying on the show in order to keep everyone in check.
Why? You don't have to. You can leave.
No, I've resigned my position. I'm leaving the previous role I had on the show in order to take the advisory role, which would be to prevent this sort of thing. You eating fucking pasta raw. It's not even good.
Yeah, try
You're
one.
not even enjoying that.
Try one.
You can't possibly be
Try one.
enjoying that. You're not getting the full benefit
Try
of
one.
the
Try
riboflavin
one.
acid.
Try one.
I'm not cooking it. No, I'm not going to try it.
With
I'm not
a
gonna-
little salt.
I'm not going to put that
Be
fucking
pretty good.
garbage in my mouth.
Are you done with your thing?
I'm done with my fucking shit.
Okay, and you resign?
I've resigned and I've taken the advisory role, which gives me more power.
I think you have to take...
Complete.
No, I have more power than I had before.
I think you have to take the role before you resign. I think if you resign,
No.
there's a gap, and you can't just get your
I've
job
resigned
back.
into the more powerful advisory role, which was basically the boss.
I don't think you can resign up. I think you can only resign down.
Well, I just did it. You just watched me fucking do it.
You can't just declare it.
Yeah. We'll see about that. Do your shit. Do your shit.
That's pretty good. Drawing. Man, can we look at his writing is so
Don't look at it. Don't look at
so
that.
bad.
It's fine.
Very messy.
That's good for an adult.
It says fuck. You see? Can we get a handwriting analyst in the
Give me that-
chat?
Give me that right now.
All right, whatever.
Give me that fucking shit.
All right, I'm ready. Do the transitional piece of shit thing, if you could, please.
Yes. The dissentation.
Yeah. So this is I didn't expect it to go so fast. I thought the transition was longer. Meltdowns.
No.
All right, I don't enough out of you. Meltdown.
Leave Truthbot alone.
You know, you start off and you're kind of mad, and then something changes, right? You get more than mad. You melt down. And there's no going back from this. This is a familiar sight. We've all seen this. Maybe you're playing a video game against 12-year-olds and they beat you because you're
Never
old.
seen that.
Your reaction time is failing. The neurons in your brain drifting further apart. Can happen to anybody. Maybe you sent all your bitcoins to Elon Musk. He's using
send him up fuel.
He's using them to build a sex dungeon on Mars. You know, one minute you're posting online with friends, next minute, Tosh.0's ripping you a new one. And the latest viral Comedy Central video clip you can watch exclusively at comedycentral.com.
Never heard of it.
You know, you could log off, you could cry, you could go to a dark corner and scream, but what do? You stay on the computer. You want to show the world how you feel. You've become the Joker. You've taken the red pill. You've mixed it with kratom, web psychosis. Can happen to anybody. Rich guys when the money numbers go down. Dogs when another dog's around. Girls when another girl's around. And even fruit. So what could make you melt down? This is you, right? What if you go to the gas station, throw out your favorite gum? Maybe you melt down, throw a fit, knock over all the gum racks. Maybe your girlfriend doesn't want to watch Sopranos, you throw a fit. Take her empty water bottle, throw it out the window. Okay. What if you go to the minimalism subreddit? Post a picture of your room. Too much shit in it, they say. Oh, that's not minimalistic. Get a ban.
We shouldn't be disrupting our community.
But let me ask you this. What happens inside the mind of someone having a meltdown? What are they thinking about? What's happening is the brain is generating pain waves, which is like a brain wave, but it's focused outside. Okay, this is a vestigial part of human evolution. Back when we used to be telepaths and we could hurt each other with our thoughts. We can't do it anymore, but we still want to. Instead of sadness tears, which are associated with tragedy, they produce anger tears, which are associated with anger. You know, if you get really pissed off at, like, you know, some guy's making fun of you online and you start, you know, little tears come out of your eyes, that doesn't necessarily mean you're sad. It might be because you're pissed, and those are a different kind of tear. They're more acidic. Every cuss word is now unlocked. You can say things like cunt, which you normally wouldn't say, but in Britain they can say all the time, and it's considered exotic. So I really don't know why we can't say it here in America. And then, of course, you know, it's a trade-off with your stats. There's famous meltdowns throughout history. The Kramer meltdown, the little man from NYC. And these are essential. It's called the churn. The elite fall from grace. Okay? And as the future comes, as the environment melts down, as the world itself falls apart, more people, such as this diverse cast, will melt down. So what do you do when you find yourself in the middle of a meltdown? Well, you just have to deal with it. You have to say, this too shall pass. This is you, right? How about me? I don't melt down. Even when things in my life are really hard, I don't melt down. My forums got shut down. Did I melt down? No. I just dealt with it. I said there will be more forums in the future. I know there will. I might not always be the admin. I might not always be in the driver's seat, but I can post. Nobody can fucking take posting away from me. I mean, even Stephen Hawking, you know, they cut off his arms and legs or whatever. He had that little tube. He could post through that. This happened. Wasn't a big deal. Okay? Bitcoin's not even that cool. I have my own cryptocurrency that I'm the boss of. When I was young, it was an accident, but my twin brother, who obviously I was very close to, died kind of because of something I did. And again, it was an accident, but I didn't freak out. In fact, at the time, people said I was too calm. They said, "Oh, there must be something wrong with him. He doesn't even seem sad." Okay? No, I was in control of my emotions. And then there was a time somebody threw an ice cream at me and it hit me. I had to go home and change my shirt. I actually was kind of pissed about that, but I didn't have a meltdown because that wouldn't have helped me. So, some final questions. Maybe you should have an eject button installed into your gamer chair. When you start to get pissed off, you press that button, fly out of the chair, makes it so you can't have a meltdown. How about Meltdown May? Why is it something with the equinox? Is it you know, what's going on? Why do people melt down in May? Here's a good idea. When you melt down, say, "Oh, I was just kidding. I was making fun of the idea of melting down." And meltdown party. This is kind of a riff on the coronavirus parties where people take their kids and give them coronavirus or whatever.
And those are good.
Well,
And
this
they're
is
building their immunity.
well, and similarly, you know, you could have like a party where everybody goes and everybody gets to melt down at the same time. That way, you don't feel lonely. You know, you can just if you melt down in a safe space, right?
Sounds like a good time.
I mean, you gotta melt. So everybody's got a meltdown at some time, except for me. End of presentation.
Well, you know, my theory is that there's
End of presentation. Do the
Presentation complete.
perfect.
Cut it.
Perfect.
Oh, you know, my theory is that there is a, you know, more feminine version of a meltdown, which I like to call a bitch out. And you have been prone to many of these.
So
bitch outs.
you admit that I don't have meltdowns.
No, you have bitch outs, which are the, you know, the slightly more
Well,
feminine
that's
version.
we'll get to that on the appropriate topic, but at the moment you're admitting that I don't melt down, so
Sure.
I win.
Yeah, take it.
Can you do the Derek wins graphic?
The votes have been counted, and the winner of this episode of Truth Point is
No. This doesn't count. We're not doing the winner anymore.
Derek.
Oh my
We're not
god.
doing this
Oh my god.
We're not
Thank you.
doing
Thank you.
dunce cap anymore.
This is,
We're not doing
this is
winner.
great.
No.
Don't worry about
Say
it.
I'm the winner now.
We got a guest. He is a previous guest. He's a famous.
This stuff's gonna fuck your teeth up.
Really?
Yeah. That's why you gotta cook it.
Do you have teeth?
I got them in my pocket.
Famous disgraced gamer. He's a Twitch all-star. His name is Dante Jackson. Can we bring Dante on the program, please?
Hello,
The
sir.
remote viewing cyber interrogation cube.
Hello,
Can I fucking finish?
Finish what?
What are you doing?
What's up, boys? Hey, finally, you got your boy back on. You fucked my name up again. It's Dante Jack on. We went over this last time. You fucked it up again. Deja vu. Hey, fellas, deja vu. Deja vu all over again, fellas. You guys know. You guys know.
Your name is easy to remember.
Pronounced
because
Dejavu.
It's the same as the famous, you know, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jack on. Now, I am happy to be back on, but I'm a little confused as to this came out of the blue for me because when you had me on before, I got your info. I reached out a lot of times to you. I didn't get any response from either of you. Dril, I sent you 100 DMs, escalating DMs, 100 of them. You didn't fucking respond to one.
Well, I'm pretty busy, you know. I got a lot of papers to look at, and I'm writing a lot of letters.
Do you have is Tom managing your account? Maybe that's part of why.
I mean, Tom's managing my, money and my, my health. Like he's calling my doctors and my dentists.
Yeah.
And my
the only person who got back to me was TruthBot. It got back to me, talked to me a bit, but then got a little too familiar. I had to lay a block down in the DMs. Got a little bit nasty, if I'm being
TruthBot,
honest.
I'm very sorry.
what have you done? TruthBot, why are you doing this?
TruthBot is fucking nasty in the DMs. Do you guys, who runs TruthBot
yes.
account?
TruthBot, we don't fucking run
I
that.
mean, yeah, he's up to God. It's up to God what TruthBot does.
Why?
I
So
would
why
like
am I
to
on?
have
Do you guys
fingers.
pick these things
Please
kind of
bring
at
me
random
fingers.
then, as far as like how you pick your guests based on the topic?
Well, I don't know if you saw your title there, but it says disgraced gamer, and it's kind of referring to the fact that you've had multiple meltdowns. So for the meltdown episode, we wanted to have someone.
Says a lot. Says who?
Yeah,
According
I
to
mean,
who?
the grace of gamers is a hot button issue right now, so we thought we'd have you on.
So
to
you
discuss
decide
the
what a fucking
disgracement of
You guys
gamers.
decide what a meltdown is. That you
I mean,
guys are the
not
arbiters
us.
of what a fucking meltdown is, and you decide, oh, this guy's meanwhile, it happens fucking to anybody at any time. And to be honest, I thought about this, and I know it comes off, but I thought about this, and it's fucking insulting to be like, of all the fucking things I saw, have me on for fucking gaming, because that's what I do. I fucking game. Don't have me on for this fucking bullshit. And whoever fucking is in charge of this, whoever's fucking dealing behind the scenes, producer, I don't fucking know who it is, get them the fuck out, because they've made a fucking error in judgment.
So what happened was, I don't know if you're familiar with this thing. There's a meltdown wiki, and it has a number of articles
yeah.
about people who have melted down, and yours has the most entries in it. So that's why. You
That's
were
because
invited
they
on the
hate me in the
program.
meltdown community. I was banned from 4chan, 8chan, 16chan.
I mean, just the fact that you're in the meltdown community, you know what I mean, is like kind of like evidence that you melt down.
Was
Yeah.
clean your ears. Was in the meltdown community. Booted out for being too aggressive. I'm not in the meltdown community anymore. They won't have me.
But are you? I don't even understand what your life is like. I mean, I assume you've lost your job, and
I live in my
are you-
mom's basement.
That's not
There
very good.
is that what you want? That's what you guys wanted to hear, right? I live in my mom's basement. She
Yeah.
fucking throws down food every now and then. And I fucking run over and grab it like fucking Smeagol. That's what you want to hear?
Are you
I'm trying to
the guy who
fucking.
got banned for filming people peeing in the bathroom?
From what? I got banned from what for doing that? Specify when you're gonna say something that's
Maybe
so
the
fucking
the
general that could apply to so
bathroom,
You
many
got banned
things.
from the toilets, maybe? The Hotel Carlton?
I'm just playing a game right now because I am a gamer, and even though you guys, you have
Can you- don't do that. You don't have to do that.
Well, I don't have to do it. I'm doing it because I'm a gamer, and when you have a gamer on, you should
The reason
expect.
people watched you is not because of the games. It's because of this. It's
But I'm a
because of the
gamer.
train wreck.
And you can't stop me from gaming, and that's the whole
They're
thing because
not-
it's what I
they're-
love,
they're
and it's
not
what makes me
interested in your
happy.
skills.
It's
That's
what
not
makes
what's-
me fucking hell. Are you kidding me? Are you?
I think
fucking,
they come for
are
the
you
games,
fucking
they
kidding
stay
me?
for the pay.
Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck this.
Did you just destroy that Mad Catz controller?
It wasn't a Mad Catz. It was fucking Xbox, fucking first
That's
generation
a
dipshit.
$17 piece of equipment you just mangled.
What do you guys want to talk
What's wrong
about?
with you?
Well, what game were you even playing?
FIFA. FIFA's my game of choice.
Thief of what?
FIFA for PC. I'm playing it now. Nowadays, it's the only thing I can play it for. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
No, I don't. I have no idea what that means. Is that a meltdown?
I don't know.
Meltdown.
What defines a meltdown to you? That's the whole thing. Like, I think my man Dril is fucking living in my world, but this guy fucking Derek is not living in my world. So, like, to you,
I'm
what's
calm.
a meltdown?
I don't know. I've only seen it from the third person, but I
Okay.
associate
He
it
is
with.
melting down internally 100% of his life. It's constant. He just...
To me, it's kind of like freaking out, but maybe like a level 2 freak out. An ascended freak out.
His brain is just running around in circles, covering the entire inside of his skull in brain urine.
No, I don't know what
What was that? What was
I don't
that
know
just
what's
now?
a meltdown to you. I don't know what's like I had a bad loss in FIFA 3 weeks ago. I bought a gun. Is that a meltdown? I haven't used it. I'm not.
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
It's a meltdown if you bought it because of losing in FIFA.
Like,
It
it's not
was,
a big deal.
we'll say that the two things closely coincided with one another. I just thought, I haven't used it, but I thought to myself, it'd be fucking cool to have one.
Let's de-escalate. Ask you something else.
Don't fucking point that shit at my camera.
What the fuck are you gonna do about it, voice
I'm gonna
boy?
shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you first.
Move on to a neutral
So your friends can't
topic.
shoot me.
What's on your shirt? How about that? Is that good?
This is just, I got it from the Gap. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Do you
Who's
have any
that?
decent fucking questions that
Who's
you could
that
ask?
fella?
Looks like a tree or something.
I don't know. It's some guy. I don't know. It's one of those fucking shirts. It's like fucking ironic or something like that. I have no idea. What, you want to hear about meltdowns? Do you want to hear about my #1 meltdown, my big meltdown, the one that everybody talks about?
Yes.
I'm not allowed to talk about it fully. I can't really mention everything about it. But
Well, you're allowed to talk about it. We'll delete
I
it
mean,
afterwards.
yeah, you can do whatever you want on this show.
Are we recording it?
The only thing you can't do on this
Are
show
we recording?
is mention Hulk Hogan's sex somethings.
okay. So, all right. So I will say this. I can't talk about it completely. This is what I'll say, and this is all that I'll say, and I won't take follow-up questions. I will say that the worst loss that I ever took in gaming was on September 10th, 2001. No more questions.
What's that?
What game? I don't. I'm not, it doesn't ring a bell.
What's it talking
What game
about?
would that have been?
What's that? Can we have one question, please?
The game is not the thing. The game is not the thing that you're meant to be keying
See,
in on.
you don't sound like a gamer right now if you say the game is not the thing.
I don't sound like a gamer. What is that? What is that?
Looks like a
That looks
piece
like
of
garbage.
fish bait.
What kind of questions you guys you want? Do you have anything prepared here? Did you want me to come on and fucking run the whole interview?
Yes.
I mean, I just think it's the whole fucking concept of this is such bullshit. When I realize that now I'm on because I need the fucking cash, obviously. But now I'm on here and it's like everybody's watching this. Like, why is this guy on? Why is this guy on? Why don't you have somebody who's on who's fucking expert of it?
I mean, don't freak out, but you just got to think. There are hundreds, if not millions, of people watching you, and they're all expecting you to say something interesting because the people hosting the show are not asking you any relevant questions.
Yeah. Anyone watching this show could assault you tomorrow and say, "Hey, why don't you do a little dance for me while you get angry?"
Come and bring it. Come and bring it and try it. And I'd love to. Dante Jackson. Jack on. And I know my fucking name. And I didn't have to ask you before we started.
All right. Well, you want to field some questions?
Let's field some questions. Might loosen the atmosphere.
That might be a little
Echo chamber.
gamer.
When was the last time you had a justifiable meltdown while playing a video game or sport?
All my meltdowns are pretty fucking justifiable.
Bingo.
You know, it happens more and more often because these fucking games they don't make them like they're used to. They're
Bingo.
riddled with computer errors and other nonsense, and you know you can't even.
The only
move your
game
banner down the street.
game I've ever seen you play was it Flappy Bird? Or
Flappy Bird, you know, it's a pro game. It's not for noobs. It's not for babies. Anyone can pick it up, but nobody can master it, except for me and maybe Dante. I don't know if he's a real gamer, but
I never played it, but I have had justifiable meltdowns. FIFA, you click outside the game in FIFA, and all of a sudden, you know what's ironic? You guys like this stuff? You know what's ironic? It's called FIFA. It's in EA Sports. It's in the game. But then you click for 1 second outside of the box, and all of a sudden you're disconnected from the game. So how fucking in the game is it, Derek? You fucking answer me. How fucking in the game is it?
It's when they say
You know,
it's
if,
in the
if
game.
you
what are they
if you
referring
shoot
to?
that gun, you're just gonna blow up your webcam, right? Like it's not like magic.
I mean, is it in the game or is it in the heart?
Next question.
When you get a DM from someone you haven't seen in a while, how can you tell if they're in a meltdown?
If they don't reply, if they don't say anything and you are sending message after message with escalating intensity and escalating fucking, you know, closer and quicker, and they don't respond at all, and then the fucking thing that you can tell you can sense 100% someone's having a meltdown is if they fucking block you. 100% meltdown move.
I mean, when TruthPot DM'd you, was he having a meltdown or was he just doing his programming?
He was sending me photographs that I didn't want to see.
What?
I am very
He doesn't
sorry.
even have anything you wouldn't want to see,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
What
You
what pictures could Truthbot? Just
Is
Truth-
he?
I mean,
doesn't have like a
We are
fucking
running out
camera.
of time.
Maybe he's
We're
using,
not running out of time. We have shitloads of time.
I think he's
Ask-
using
No.
deep learning to generate the human penis images.
I mean, I don't know how. All I know is the photos are they would certainly make your mother blush.
They must be pretty good then.
Please continue.
Next question.
Next question.
You know, why is social media Tom this way? I don't know. I mean, it might be a combination of. I don't think he's actually a social media expert.
No, the whole situation with Tom, it's a con. It's a put on.
I don't think
You know,
he's ever run a Twitter account.
Everything
before.
this guy gets his grubby little fingers on turns out to be a hoax or a
Tell you
scam
what,
or a flim
fucking,
flam.
he's
You know,
run
he'll
a
do
couple
anything
into the
for a quick
ground.
buck. He's a mutant, and he will get his.
I mean, part of that too is we're not paying him, so you know. But it's for exposure, right?
Well, if he wants us to pay him, he better start acting nice. He better start being nice.
If he wants us to pay him, he better start making the account and make some fucking money. Because right now it's just a fucking black hole.
He's posting the middle finger, you know? Nobody wants to see that.
Next question.
I don't even know why the network hires like this caliber of guys.
My personal. Wait, you read this one.
It's too long. I can't read that.
All right, next question.
He's doing a joke. The person is doing a joke, making a joke on the play on the concept of meltdown.
We don't need to see that. Wow, you read fast. Who wins in a fight, Larry King or Woody Allen?
You know, I'm gonna give it to my man Larry. Of course, you know, I don't know what these two guys
I mean,
have in
is
common.
it a fist fight or is it a marry your daughter fight? Am I right? You know what I mean? We all know who'd win that one.
Yeah, we all know your opinions on daughters. You know, but I don't even know why you'd pair these guys up in a fight, you know? But I think Larry, he has more inner pain.
They're both
That
old.
would translate well
They
to
both
fighting power.
wear suspenders, I assume.
They both
Larry's
interview
very old.
hundreds of people on CNN.
They both dated what's her face? Hannah Montana or something. Next question.
Hannah Montana.
Wait, you gotta start reading these questions. I can't be reading all of
I
them.
can't read
Fucks
the
up the
quality of the image is too low. I can't read it.
Do you want me to read it? I can fucking see
Please.
it.
Please.
How can I recover from my recent faux pas at the mall food court when I found out Sparrow wasn't open? Also, how can I dodge the fees for damaging for the damages they're making me pay?
You wanna take a crack at that one?
Fuck that up! Fuck! Fucking hell, man!
No, it's pronounced Sabaro.
We actually
No,
don't have that where I'm
Fox
from.
Pass.
So.
No.
You want to take a crack at that one, Dante?
What should this person do? So how far did it go is what you just want to think to yourself. If you caused some damages, I would say fucking leave your fucking city. Leave your city. Start again. I don't know. Why the fuck are you asking me? I don't fucking care.
Why don't you do that? I mean, your name is plastered all over the internet. Everybody knows you freaked the fuck out. Why don't you know what I mean? Just leave and start again.
Leave
My
where?
question is, what is Sparrow going to do about the damages it has done to my esophageal lining?
I don't know. You could go somewhere remote, maybe in Canada.
I mean, the bottom line is you know what my situation is. I discussed it with you beforehand. I am very
living
much
in the mom's
handcuffed.
basement.
Yes. And Yeah, yeah. If you want to boil it down to its very fucking core, yes. But it is very much a complicated situation with a lot more to it. But yes, if you boil it down, that is absolutely
You
true.
think you had it rough? My mom had a second basement. She actually dug a basement under the basement that she forced me to live in. And let me tell you, that's a tough time.
Man,
Still alive?
These guys fucking
He's gotta be
cool.
like 150 years old.
You're a cool guy. You're a
people are
cool guy,
150.
Drill. I don't know how you ended up fucking on a show with this fucking guy, but man, I feel fucking
Look,
sorry
I'm cool
for
as
you,
a
dude.
cucumber. I'm fine. I'm zen, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not freaking out.
In my family, we like
This
to
one
call
sucks.
a melt.
Next. Boo. Let's get out. Next one.
People are using this as a platform for their gags and jokes. But
Oh, here's a good one. What's the biggest meltdown of 2020? Humanity's collective meltdown at the impending doom posed by coronavirus, or Dril's meltdown after someone mentioned the armored guy that fucked his wife on the last episode?
this stupid
That
shit
sucks. How come, Drill? Are you like into cuckold stuff, or is that something that pisses
No,
you
no,
off?
not into couple.
No,
That's not good.
he doesn't like it.
I don't
You don't
like
like
it.
it.
He hates it, and
Yeah.
that's why
It's
that's why he's melting down.
It's stupid.
So, are you? Did you talk to your wife about it? Did you say, "Hey, I
Shut
don't
the
want you"?
fuck up about my wife.
Hey, man, I'm just asking you a fucking question. Simple question. I'm on your fucking
Well, you
side,
fuck my
pal.
wife too if you want to fuck my wife so much.
Listen, pal, if I could fucking fly over there and fuck your wife right now, I'd fuck her in a second, all right? But it's not an option for me because of these financial fucking handcuffs.
Yeah, well, you
Whatever.
can't even pay
Whatever,
rent.
not my problem. Not my problem.
Next question.
My wife doesn't fuck with.
Could
Yes,
your
she
wife come?
does.
Could your wife come here? Could your wife come here?
She fucked the armored man, and that guy was just a, he just worked at medieval times.
Well, he was rich for, those times.
What, you've come for the 1500s?
Yeah. I mean, inflation.
My microwave is broken. Next question.
Yeah, just fuck off. That's the answer to that one. Fuck off.
Oh, fucking Best Buy to fucking Geek Squad. Get your fucking microwave fixed, asshole.
Come on. I have a question, but the way Drill and Derek bully TruthBot is going to make me have a meltdown. Good. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, congratulations.
Love it.
You're
It's
defending a
progress
sex
to
pest.
love it.
He's a sex pest. Fucking TruthPoint is a TruthBot is a sex pest. So you're
No.
defending a sex
No,
pest.
no, no, no.
Whoa,
no,
wait,
no,
what?
no, no, no,
Every
no,
week,
Sex
no.
pest? Are you calling
That is
TruthBot
not
British?
possible.
We'll just have to reformat his hard drive and hope he doesn't turn into a pervert again.
You have hurt me.
Shut the fuck up, TruthBot.
You ever hear that thing about there was a guy that he got a brain tumor and it made him a pedophile? Maybe that's what happened to TruthBot. Like he's got a computer virus.
So like when Fred Flintstone got hit on the head and he became a math wizard.
No.
It's like that, except not good at math. Just
Just a pedophile.
a pedophile. Yeah, it's less impressive.
A Fred Flintstone never had sex with children.
It's the only controller I have, and it's fucking sinking in now into my fucking head. I don't have the fucking cash to get a new one.
Oh, well, too bad. You'll just have to game the old-fashioned way with hard
WASD.
keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. You got a mouse?
Yes, I have a mouse that functions at a fairly regular level, and it's
Not a gamer mouse. Nah, just give up.
I'm dual wielding my shit. Dual wielding.
What? No, we don't want to do this one. Next.
What does it say?
It sucks.
Read it.
It's stupid.
Read the fucking question.
You read it. You
I
haven't
can't read it. It's
you
too
haven't
small.
read any
All
fucking
these stuff.
questions.
I got a fucking $200 laptop here. The fucking pixels are too big.
Next question.
This guy's talking about poo-poo and pee-pee. This is a fucking shit show. Who's screening these questions?
Yeah, this is.
I think it's supposed to be TruthBot.
Was it Tom?
I don't know. I don't know what the hierarchy is. I mean, you're supposed to be the fucking advisor.
Hey,
Didn't
Tom. Hey,
didn't you-
Tom.
didn't you just-
I know you're watching this,
didn't
you
you
fucking
didn't
coward.
you just
Answer your phone,
you just
asshole.
resigned to be an advisor of the show, so you got to be looking out for this kind of shit.
Well, I'm advising you to get your fucking act together, and I'm advising Tom out there to turn on his fucking telephone and answer to his crimes. Tom.
Next question, please. Hey Drill, do you have a meltdown whenever you find someone fucking your wife?
How often does it
No.
happen? How often
No.
does? I mean, I thought it was just
happened
one guy. Is it-
time that I've talked about on the show, and people have latched onto it like a fucking gremlin with their little nasty claws. I'm
So then your answer to the question is yes, you do have a meltdown whenever you find
not
someone.
having a meltdown right now. I'm addressing the issue as
But
best I can.
that time you did have a meltdown.
I'm
Maybe
addressing
address it with your wife. Maybe you should address it with your wife why she's feeling the need to plow.
I'm gonna fucking read the letter again if you don't stop fucking with
Hey
me.
Dante, how's it feel to kind of be on the outside of a meltdown, watching it happen?
I'll be honest with
Unusual for
you. It feels this way kind of if you've ever been in a real serious meltdown. About halfway through it starts feeling this way anyways. You feel like you're sort of away from your body and you're just watching yourself and you just can't control it. And it's really fucking wild, you know, because you're like, hey, that's me down there. That's fucking me down there fucking pushing that fucking old lady. Like, what the fuck am I doing down there? And you can't fucking stop it, but you're watching it. It's fucking wild.
It's like
That's-
astral projection.
Yes, it's like astral projection,
I guess
exactly.
this is me now. I guess I'm just gonna be walking along the old railroad track. I hope a train hits me in the fucking back.
Well,
and
listen,
blows
just
my
talk to
entire
your
body
wife
to
and ask.
pieces.
Just
So
just
what I
ask
was-
what.
Good.
Just ask. I'm just saying, Drill. Just ask what's wrong with your wife. Just ask why are you feeling the need to get plowed, to get absolutely fucking plowed on the side. Why are you feeling the need to just get absolutely
That
fucking
is a good
plowed?
question. Too bad. See, that's a good question. You should send in some questions.
fucking
People need to be
That's
asking
a stupid
smart
question for
questions like that.
assholes.
Hey, so what I was gonna say earlier, I didn't want to tell you, was in that meltdown video that TruthBot made, was actually you were in it. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't know the fucking eyes were blacked out. How could you tell anything?
It was you, man.
No, the eyes were blacked out.
It was like it was your voice.
What would Larry think if he was watching this? The bastion of journalistic integrity, Larry King. If he was watching this shit go down, this is a hit job. This is a hit job on me. This entire shit is a hit job.
Kind of
What
felt
you've
like
done
that
is you've
guy.
taken a knife and gutted me head to toe.
You're kind of having a meltdown right now.
No, I'm not.
You're having one.
I'm
This
really
is not a.
calm.
This is not a melt. This is what I'm saying. You live in a different world. This is just life, man. A
is
meltdown
life.
results in an incident.
You've never
not an
felt an
incident.
emotion in your life.
Well, like what's
You've
an
never
what's
felt
an
anything?
example of an
You're having a
incident?
meltdown. You're having a meltdown by
Yeah,
asking
you're
for
actually.
what's an example of.
That's a good point.
whatever
An
you're
example of
gonna
meltdown is you right now. Is not. Oh, look
Oh,
at you!
you're
Can't
having
even
a
handle the
physical meltdown
shit.
upon me with your paddle ball. This is a
It-
physical assault.
It's not even hitting you. You're being such a fucking
It did
baby.
hit me. It hit me twice. I'm counting it. That one hit me in the fucking face. That one hit me in the eye.
Look at this.
Give me this fucking.
Yeah, he's having a meltdown. He's being a fucking crybaby.
There we go.
Don't
What?
do, what are you gonna do? Eat
Don't
a,
what?
you're gonna eat a whole handful?
What are you gonna?
He's gonna, folks, he's gonna kill himself by eating all the pasta.
No. No. I got self-defense. I also have the gun. If you hit me with the powder ball again, it'll be your death.